great to see you back in the locker room, buddy. How you looking like?
I'm pumped.
And we are, guys, just so you know, we're missing out yours truly, Mr. Greg Blake. So every now and then we're just going to give a little bit of a flick around the ear.
I guess what, Doug, I think he's somewhere in Melbourne learning how to use the internet. Getting a special lesson in Facebook.
I shouldn't say, but I reckon he hasn't got a Malway, and he hasn't got it. But he has been here, and he's had a situation he's had to go and resolve. So I hope it goes well, Mr. Blake. And we are here in Northcote tonight.
We're here in Northcote, and our special guest, the President
of Northcote City Football Club,
Mr. Peter Kotsiris. Welcome aboard the locker room.
Welcome to see you, Peter.
We're here on the locker room, and we've got to thank our club sponsors. We've got 3 new club sponsors. They're wonderful people here at Northcote City. Got Peter Kotsiris here. Sydney Olympic, so g'day to all the people up in Sydney. And of course Heidelberg United.
Hang on, mate. Now, guys, 3 Greek clubs.
3 Greek clubs.
I'm not Greek. I'm sort of house the gas to go, huh?
There's no Greek for an
No Greeks. The Greeks, right? Okay. So guys, you other clubs, get on board. This is about Australian soccer. This is about promoting the game. This is about going in the directions of the game and what we want to do for the
if we can teach Blakey how to use Facebook, you guys can come on board as sponsors. We also want to thank our corporate sponsors for the year, Billy P.
Don't get our plastic bags.
Plastic bags.
Billy bags, see Billy P.
If you need plastic bags, you can't go past Billy P's Prime Plastic Bags. And of course, the Copacabana International.
We were there last week. What a great show.
Oh, fantastic to kick off the year.
Couldn't see it even though, but people should have seen the Brazilian dancers. I went rock on the Brazilian shirt on last week. They were giving a bit of it was alright, wasn't it?
Luckily, that was the only thing that was Brazilian was the dancers anyhow. Let's not go there.
Great shave this week anyway. I missed that one.
We're at Northcote City, but this is a great thing we're doing tonight here at Northcote City. We're going to talk about a lot of things. We're going to talk to Peter about a lot of things that are happening with his club and of course the Victorian Premier League. But
we've got Doran. Don't forget Loz is coming. He's out there doing a bit of laps. So that was between you guys and I. Not really been in the day.
I'll tell you what.
He's been a decent sized paddock. From a man of my calibre. My paddock wasn't too bad either.
Yeah, Dougie, we've got to talk about the other night. Let's go straight to the heart.
There we go. We're talking about the
Socceroos here. The Socceroos performance. 2-2 draw with Milan. It's put our World Cup qualification.
Talk about Brazil. They're going to bring you on this, buddy. Talk about Brazil. It's funny, they were talking last week and I said, mate, you know what? I wouldn't want to go. Actually, it's complicated. And then I spoke to a friend of mine, Mark Jones, which I might as well go live. He's now the technical director of Central Coast Mariners. So that'll be, you heard it live at the locker room, by the way. You heard it live. Anyway, I said, and he was like, well, Australia's not there.
So, do you reckon we'll get there? I mean, that's a big blow to the...
Well, let's ask Mr. President, Pedro. Australia, you watched the game last night? And the big thing I'm hearing, Facebook and the audience and social media, people are saying he didn't put the right team in to start with.
I think regardless of what team we can put out on that part, we should be beating countries like Oman or beating them.
Do we know what number in the world they are?
107 or something like that.
And we are?
60 places below.
Yeah, we're mid-30s. But the thing that disappointed me most was that there was a distinct lack of passion from the players, and that was evident watching the game.
Body language?
Yeah, I mean, we 1-0 down and we were just knocking the ball around. No urgency at all. People could say that we picked the wrong players, we picked the wrong formation. Realistically, the standard of our players compared to theirs.
We should be winning those games.
Absolutely. And
System play,
I thought this is a big statement. I thought it was one of the worst soccer performances I've seen in a very, very long time. I can't remember. Probably the worst game I ever remember showing playing was we lost to New Zealand back in the late 90s. I think it was the Nations Cup.
Yep.
Which was actually a comeback game.
The last one's about the New Zealand game we played.
You know, so...
Did he play better than last night?
Well, on a positive note, I think this might have been the wake-up call that we needed. And, you know, we've got the chance to qualify still. Obviously, we have to win both our games. And then hope that results will maybe fall our way and secure the second spot, but we'll see how we go.
But Pete, I want to ask you, and this is the thing I got out of it, I reckon the Socceroos, who are the up-and-coming young players that are going to be the next generation? Because we're relying on Tim Cahill, who has been a great servant for Australian football, but he's about, what, 32, 33 now? Was he got 34? Archie Thompson for your pace and
So
guile.
that's my generation is just coming over the hill. Obviously I retired early, but the other generation of sports I played against sports. Just if you ever watch this mate, first goal ever scored was Kotsiris. Sorry, buddy. Never forget it. Anyway, but that's the generation that was there. So we ask ourselves though, and we've always said, what's next? And there hasn't been what's next. Now, I would like to say, and throw at you boys, topic, why have we not got the Dukas, the Harry Kills, the Cahills, the Murphys, we're talking about those boys, it's Craig Moore, that's a generation, Big Bars up there, I could go on and on and on, Mark Ospreys, you know, they're there. There's a name of players, a great lot of talent. What's happened to this lot of talent?
Well, I mean, don't you look, we've got the A-League, which is supposedly, you know, generating a lot of interest, but are we producing world quality, top quality footballers to take us the next step? Because I really feel if we don't make it to this World Cup next year, it's going to be a massive.
Well, let's get the first one before you go. You're ready to play? Yeah, no worries. Take the mate, cheers. Take it out. Well,
I'll pose you a question as a person that's played at the top level in Europe. You're wearing a Dutch shirt, coincidentally, which I'm sure there'll be a story you'll work out later on.
Dougie shirt, remember, always run a Dougie shirt every week.
We've embraced the Dutch system in
Shandy
Australia.
on board this Dutch shirt. Last week was Brazil.
I'll pose you a question. What are the Dutch ever won?
I agree.
So, I mean, the thing was about Australian football that was unique in every way was we embraced the South Americans, the British, the Europeans, and we engulfed that into our own system. Players of York and Oscar Primo, Zapa Lodgepop from overseas. And then you had the British influence of Kenny Murphy, for example. You know?
It was a blend.
It was a blend.
That's
and
what makes it
we made that our own unique style. Now all of a sudden, we're trying to implement something that we're not used to. It's going to take time. The other point is comparing the A-League to the Old National League. In the Old National League, we had 5 teams representing out of Melbourne at one stage. You know, we had Heidelberg, South, Melbourne Knights, obviously, Juventus, Preston. So the talent pool was greater, and we were relying on homegrown players.
But
Should
we be having better teams now?
Well, that's the thing in theory, because what happens? What happens is what I was making though. Back then, clubs would have a roster of 20, 25 players. So you're talking about 120 to 120 players just in Victoria alone, playing at the top level. Now we're talking about rosters of 25 players, so it's 50. So that's 100% grown with talent pool. So you might be getting talented players playing in the Victorian Premier League, or in a New South Wales, wherever it may be, that are good enough to play in the A-League, but they're not given that opportunity because, as you know, with coaching, one man's treasure, another man's treasure. You know, so
it's funny you say that because I came back, say, Clerks many years ago, and I addressed, and you look at 15, and this is where I believe they probably have found part of an opinion, 15 to 20, kids had nowhere to go. As a kid playing, I had senior football, reserve team, and youth team. There was a structural place. We lost that structure. We lost it pretty bad. I'm not going to tell you how many years ago, but there was nothing for a 15 to 20-year-old. And that is where we've lost them gone to other sports. There's nowhere for them to go. There's no youth structure. Under 21 was X amount of players. You can only play how many kids? They're all kids. What about the 16-year-old who wasn't developed enough to play in the reserves? And you're only allowed how many underage players, was it? Three underage. So that's, if I'm an underage coming out, I'm handing over my knowledge, my experience, to bring them young kids up. So I've got the younger kids. Where they gone for 15 to 20? That's just one. By the way, that is just one part of the ice thing.
Well, Dougie, the first show a couple of weeks ago covered about our first guest for the year was John Markowski himself. And when did he break into the side?
What a talent.
15. So you've got to have some way for a player that's that good to be able to play senior football. We just don't. Yeah.
So
there's nowhere for them to go.
So do you think it's coaching?
I think it's a system.
It's a system.
I think it's a system. Maybe in my mind it's a system.
So the system we're saying, Pete, is a system at the moment is breaking down.
The problem really, I mean, at Victoria level for me, started a lot with the introduction of the summer league, which I now call the champions. What it was, effectively, the kids were told that if you don't play summer league, you won't represent the state. And then they have to pay $1,000 for the courtesy of doing that for a 10-week season.
Just out of curiosity, while we're having a crack, I'm not having a crack really, because it makes me all, at the end of the day, we all want the same thing.
Greg's trying to say something.
What was that, Mr. Blakey? Don't worry about SPS, we're better than SPS, you know, Blakey. You've always told me that. You just relax. Bedroom. But, ask yourself though, you've done me, Blakey, you've gone me. Where were we?
We're at the Northcote City Club tonight, in the locker room, thanks to our sponsors, of course, Prime Plastic Bags, Toba Cabana International, and of course, thanks to our club sponsors, which Northcote City really appreciate their support, and also Sydney Olympic and of course Heidelberg United. We're on the locker room, and Dougie, we've got Peter Kotsiris here from the Northcote City Club. I want to ask Peter, how he started getting involved in the Northcote City Club, and how long ago? Just give us a brief.
Because my memory, old age, just kicking in, know about the panics. Pedro, what were you saying? That last question was for me, what was the last time? You forgot. The two of us, how we go?
Greg's got the signals on, but
Greg, you've done it again, mate.
You've done it.
So here we are. Right, we're in Northcote. I've seen you around these dressing rooms. Talk me through your little journey. And now you came from, let's be fair, you're in the dressing room in the thick of the past, and then you came to see the club develop to the NPL, which is fantastic. Talk me through how you got there, mate.
well, I started playing junior football there when I was 7. So
10 years ago?
41 now, so 34 years ago. Was never any good.
No good. Scoring goals? Where did you play? What position?
I played right midfield or centre midfield, but
Didn't have the engine up there?
it wasn't a box-to-box midfielder, mate. So, you know, I had to go to game away when I was about 19. When I played lower leagues at Darwin United. So, after that I was about 22 or 23, and a couple of people at the club asked me to get involved as a team manager, which I did. And I did that for about 3 or 4 years, and then other personal things I do in my life walked away, and I came back I think in 2001 as an assistant coach, team manager, and I've been here ever since. So,
Who were you assistant with?
I was a young bloke by the name of George Iliopoulos, who was the coach, and he was the cousin of one of our greats, Julie Iliopoulos. And George was unfortunately sacked halfway through that season, quarterback that season. One of our good friends, George Kotsiris, took over.
Yes.
And that was probably one of the greatest years in the club's history.
Well, hang on, I'm going to butt in here because me being a statistic man, guys, and being on the old Google, I mean, memory banks.
2002 for sure.
1965 was your first ever Division 4 Metropolitan League. You won, you only lost one game per year in 65. I wasn't around then.
Neither was I,
So,
mate. We actually surpassed it.
But the rumours have it, they're not rumours, 69, which was a very good year, as I thought. You've done it again. So you've had some success here.
Yeah, four championships overall to the club. Obviously 65, 69, 02, and
Was it 85?
Actually, 85, sorry. 2002, 2008 to the state 2 again, and 2009 state 1.
Went back to back in Northcote City.
Yes, we did.
Go on, Northcote, this is another year.
That's one of the beautiful things about our club. That's we're a humble club. Always have been. You remember that from when you played against us.
You always come to this ground, and we've got the stadium up above, and we sit in the rooms here, up above the stadium. It was great. Good
That
atmosphere.
was one of our real difficult tasks to, you know, obviously being relegated out of the Premier League in 1991, and then it took 20 years to get back there almost. So, you know, we did it hard. We were unfortunately relegated from Division 1 due to the restructure of the leagues back in 1999. So this club's earned its way back. You know, we haven't been given anything for free. Even in this decade, we've had a lot of ups and downs that sometimes we recover from. You know, we've been fortunate. We've had a lot of good people involved, and they believe in the club. They believe in what the club stands for. And you know, we're doing our best to drive it.
Juniors, good juniors, with the viewers
Mate,
down there.
one of the biggest turnarounds I can ever remember Joel and that, like I said, when I was playing juniors at the club in the early 80s, Northcote was probably one of the biggest junior soccer clubs in the state back then. We had 300 or 400 kids, and that was largely due to the massive Greek population of the city of Darren had. Obviously that's changed over the years.
Is it still, I'm from the other side of town, is it still there?
Very multicultural now, totally. I think we've got over 30 or 40 different backgrounds on our kids, ranging from Africa to all parts of Europe and South America. So, only 5 or 6 years ago, our junior numbers had dwindled to about 80. And through the work of our junior committee, spearheaded by John Gianni, who's a former goalkeeper of the club and turn of the century player, he spearheaded the back to numbers of about 350, 400. Sox Nicolaitis is involved as well as the technical director of the junior coaches, and he's done a bucket load of work as well, assisted greatly. And for the first time in the club's history, we managed to make inroads in terms of the girls, where we're going to have 2 junior girls teams, which is an amazing achievement.
Fantastic.
It's something that we've strived for a long time, and to finally get that up and going is a real testament.
So at the present moment in time here in 2013, Northcote is sitting very pretty in the EPL.
EPL?
Well, have they changed it this year?
No, it's still called the Victoria Group.
It is still the EPL. Well, I'm reading right now, I've got the goggles, there's an EPL, National Premier League.
That's the name that's been adopted by the other states. Now, the FFV haven't told us anything yet.
So what direction, that's one of the questions I was getting to now, NPL, BPL.
Let's call it the NPL.
NPL, what direction can you see? You guys are back in the big time, which is fantastic. What direction is it going?
I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I don't know.
Does anyone know?
Well, that's the problem. I mean,
maybe we should get an FFB there on you. It's doing it, we might be able to get a few guys.
People draft proposals and...
Exactly right, John. And the thing is that we have to deal with as clubs. They set timelines, /guidelines.
You've got to have this, you've got to have that.
As an example, well, besides all the facilities, they were going to give us the criteria on the 7th of March.
Now the 28th.
9 weeks ago, that's about 3 weeks, 21 days.
21 days, we still haven't received it.
And you know what, if you put your fees in late, you'll be fine.
And lose championships.
And lose championships and points. And if you do something else, like say, at the end of the day,
there's an imbalance.
There's an imbalance.
There's a massive imbalance. But look, I mean, at the end of the day, I also look at this as custodians of the game. And if we didn't have the game, we wouldn't be involved in the game. You guys given up the time coming tonight, for example. I know you're not going to pay for it.
You're trying to do what's right for the game.
And that's a noble gesture. But I think, really,
the FFV, and I don't quote me on this, the FFV, the people in these roles, are they paid well?
Absolutely. I think it's in the board.
Okay, so the board is involved. Everyone else is paid well. Now, who gives them direction? The board? We don't know. That's something we're going to look into, guys, because I'd like to know, because at the end of the day, if little Johnny's dad's a coach, you won't have a crack with little Johnny's dad because you want him to help and respect him and help the kids. Is it direction of the FFV? Are they paid? Well, if they're paid, they are accountable. They are accountable for the situation because it's a paid role. Everyone's accountable for a job. If they're not, well, maybe it's a direction. The money's got to go somewhere. That's what we're talking about before.
I'm sure the staff receive directions from the board. I mean, the stats quo there.
And the rumours have it, I'm only going to say rumours, but I believe Kinon Taladoris, it was his birthday yesterday. Happy birthday if you ever watched the show, brother. Happy birthday yesterday. And I believe he's now involved with the FFV, which I believe is going to be fantastic.
He's been elected to board level, which is great.
All the best, all the best,
all the best players need to go on these
two things I say, John, all the time, and you can talk to my friends about it. You need former players at board level, at any level, doesn't matter if it's FFV or club level, and you need former players to become your friends. I think there are two things that will take the game forward. And to be fair to Chris Bambridge, I think he does a great job running the referees, and we've tried to bring in all the young guys. They're developing, but they're developing for the sake of a lot of errors. You know?
Are we learning by the error? Like in any
and that's the good thing about it. As long as they're learning, that's the key.
If we're not learning, if they're improving, it means we're heading in the right way.
If you think about your club, Doug, which I assume is nothing, as What are your former
One of the
clubs?
first clubs, Dublin, Frankston Pines.
Jackson Points. And John been a lot of it, man. Johnny Payton, obviously, former great of the club, been involved with Portland and White, it's unbelievable. Great. I go around clubs and you very rarely see former players there. Just even enjoy the social side of it.
It's funny you say because it's, I'll go back to, as a national high I played with there, and you put me,
You're a high
But on the flip side of this, guys, I went actually, I got more at Lake Warren. The Lake Warren Football Club asked me to open their ground back in 1995 when I was playing Sheffield United, and for me it was an honour. I came back and I opened, the story goes, we actually took it on YouTube, I actually took a kick. The photographer, she was a female, and I kicked it, and the sun don't shine. It was a good shot, it had been a goal, it was a goal. But anyway, so I struck the first ball, and for me, that's where me back in the area, I do go down and see, there's a bit of heart there.
Bit of respect.
Heidelberg is a respect, Trina is the way it gave me my stepping stone, my opportunity. You never forget your opportunity. There you go, the hairs are up now, viewers.
Thanks, we're in the locker room, we're at Walford City, we've got the President, Peter Kotsiris here. I just want to ask Peter, how has the role been different from you? Obviously there is a difference from being team manager, which is more hands-on on a game-day situation, as to being President. I mean, how has that role changed? Apart from the obvious.
It's incredibly.
Yeah, just hang on there. Can't even see that. We've got a sign up there. What's it say? I can't even see. If the levels are talking louder.
It's volume levels.
Volume levels. We've got a party going on here. Viewers are watching.
The question here on the locker room to Peter Kotsiris was, what's the difference in roles from being team manager as to being president?
Well, the basic difference is obviously that as president, you've got control of the entire club. As a team manager, your duties are pretty much with the team. Look after the coach's interests, the players' interests. In a nutshell, make sure that the kid's ready to go and the recordings are done.
Oranges are ready up.
All that sort of stuff. And then, but as a president, the role's incredibly different. At this level, it's you might as well call it a toilet cleaner as well, mate, because you do everything. That's the thing.
It's funny, how's it, I mean, I know you obviously love your football and we've had many a chat and lifelong Liverpool fans and lifelong suffering Liverpool fans. There's been a long time between drinks. But I wanted to ask you, Peter, which one do you find that you enjoy more if that's possible? Something to compare.
Every day of the week, I've got to be too.
Yeah.
Is it stressless?
I love the camaraderie. Well, it's not stress. You know when you get something to.
And at 3 o'clock, I have to admit, it's a good time. It's at 3 o'clock, guys. Smell of the grass, camaraderie in the dressing room, the banter. That is one thing. If you ever see a professional, whatever player, whatever level, he will always. But that's something I miss because that you can't buy.
That's right.
It's just old.
And being a frustrated player,
Yes.
like sort of in my existing junior career.
Right, bring up and down, he's a whipping. He's going to taxi, front and back.
That was the closest I could get to being part of the team. And, you know, I mean, obviously I was team manager 3 times, the club won the championship, which was incredibly satisfaction. And, you know, I mean, obviously, as a kid nationally, being a mad South Ryland fan, and, you know, Gus being the coach here, and Peter Titus obviously being the coach here, and then won back-to-back championships, and him being a hero of mine, and he was playing at South.
It was a bit more of a
yeah, that's something that you can't.
It's funny you say because you talk about a team. Well, I'll give you the tip. This is your team, you're the president, and you're steering the ship. Where do you see Northcote City going in the coming years ahead? You can't make a big light load of where it's going. As a president, what direction would you like to see it going?
Well, obviously I'd like to see the club continue to grow.
Juniors?
Yeah, obviously from a junior perspective and from the women's perspective, our aim is to have a senior women's team within 2 years and a women's reserve team, and as well as at least 3 to 4 women's junior teams as well. The junior growth I think will continue because of our demographic, obviously being close to CBD and very well populated area.
Yeah, but just then having said that, we don't undersell yourselves.
No, we're not. Because I know kids come from all over Melbourne.
You've got to do the right thing. Just by having the demographics there doesn't guarantee you anything.
That makes your job easier, John, but there's obviously a lot of work to do. As far as the senior side of the club is concerned, I obviously want to see us maintain that position at the top, whether it's VPL, NPL, whatever you call it, but the most important...
Where do you see the change?
With the NPL, well, I'll answer that in a sec, just a few shots of what I focus for the club in the next few years. Besides the growth and all that, from the senior perspective, I just want that team to be competitive. People know we're one of the lowest paying clubs in the VPL. And
they don't get paid.
Yeah, well, no, they get paid.
They get pocket money.
Yeah, they get pocket money, pretty much it is.
Petrol.
My boys, they can go to other clubs and get a lot more than what they're getting here.
So we can basically look people in the eyes and say the boys that are here in Northcote guys are playing the heart of the sleeve, the passion and the hunger because they want to be at their club. You don't see a lot of that these days.
That's very true.
That's
I'm going to say, as an observer, I'll go to games that don't involve one thing you do know when you play North City, you're going to get a contest. I remember one game out here, it would have been 2 or 3 seasons back, 7-5 with Altona, wasn't it? What a crazy game.
7-5 as the supporters.
I mean, that's what you get at Northcote. You get value for money here.
Who could you say, you've been here a long time, you've seen some good players, you've seen some bad players and average players and all different sort of, who would you say, in your opinion, who would you say probably the best player? Give me 2. I put you on the spot. Give me 2 of the best players.
I reckon I can name one of them.
The best players that came through Northcote.
I've got to break it down in years, Doug.
Give me 5.
Well, that's the thing. I've got to break it down in years. First, as a supporter when I was a kid.
Yes.
Okay, when the club was in the Premier League in the late 80s, early 90s. Alex Ginopoulos was a player that stood out for me.
Current
under 20
Hang on.
AKA the Rat.
They call him the Rat.
Rat.
I have to admit, I was lucky enough to play against him.
And with him
as well in the state team, the All-Star. And you have to admit, very talented
He
player.
was one guy.
True character in the club.
Absolutely. He was one guy that
And a great gentleman too.
could have played overseas, should have played overseas, but circumstances unfortunately didn't help at the time. Should have played National League as well. And that's
Had a lot of ability.
one quarter is another one, but Heidelberg actually pulled out from Chile. He played the majority of his football here. While he was before he retired, he was Chilean international. I don't need to say much more. He was from the early days when I was a teenager watching the team. They were the 2 that stood out for me. And obviously Giuliopoulos, who broke into the city team then and obviously continued. Later years, our Division 2, Division 1 years, George Papadopoulos, Harry Kinigopoulos, Jonathan Philopoulos, Jerry Lazarus, those 4 boys, I made life members of the club because they started here when I was 16, 17 in the senior team and never left. Retired here. Well, they finished off in their mid-30s and are playing elsewhere now just to feed the habit, you know, so...
Keep the body ticking over.
And when they were established Division 1 players at the time and they were getting paid $80 a week there, and they could have gone elsewhere and got $300-400 and they stayed on with this club.
Well, that says volumes about a club when you got that team carrying.
The great thing was, John, for them, they all got to see the club in the Premier League, which is what they always wanted.
Passion.
Yeah, and they're North boys through and through. And obviously, since we've been in the Premier League, Fred Rickson has been...
I've been lucky enough to work with Trevor.
He's actually here tonight.
He's out here,
Trinity's out there.
He's overseas in South now, obviously playing in South with Gus.
The sharpshooter.
I had Trent, I was lucky enough to coach him up in Aubrey with Donald when I moved up there. And,
well, you were the one that recommended him to come down to Melbourne. We went to North Cove, which is beautiful now. Did with Terry and did enjoy it there so much. So we moved up to George Coast. Chris Taylor was there and he was still a young bloke and we took a chance, Division 1. He came in and I think he's another boy that I've made a life member of the club due to his contribution.
He's the goosebumps up there again, guys. He's a good lad.
Absolutely wonderful kid.
Good boy. And Kentucky doesn't
and he's got genetics. He's up to Steve Richard from Australian Union people.
I've always said this, obviously seeing Trent at a younger age, his movement off the ball and creating space and scoring goals, kicking off centre halves, it's natural.
Every time I go to sleep, I look at some of the A-League strikers, I wonder how this kid did with the opportunity.
I actually agree with you. I said to
It's actually been on the game. I know when you get a time to go on the big trip, it's really very, when he said, we're not going to keep you. Trent tells me to put our cash on the line. We're not going to keep you. I think that's fair enough. There's going to give you a reason why I said, no way, never yourself. And his response was, well, you don't give me to our game.
And I've said,
Mitch, I'll defend you to a degree here.
No, it's a justified answer, but it's not an answer that a player wants to hear.
The player, as a young kid, and I had probably one of the hardest jobs at Sheffield United when I was coaching because we had trials all the time. And I had to bring in the office and explain why. And you needed to give him something, you needed to give him some hope, you needed to make the go away worker, etc., and then sort of, whatever it is, the time when you runs and whatever. That's important for people to learn. He had a situation, it's hard at the top because you've got results. And you don't get results, then again we'll flip that to John Aloisi in a minute because he's had a bad year but he's still got a job.
the question, Dougie, is if you've got a player that's good enough, surely you can work around that. Surely you can jig things around. I mean, as a coach, you can't just be that dogmatic where you've got a certain game plan, but because you don't have the right cattle, then you're going to stick with it.
Looking at what Ernie had, because Jeff Callaway back there, I was involved with Jeff there. Ernie wanted to play a certain way, and that's what he believed in, and he said no. He believed in it, that's what he wanted to do, and he worked in it, things like that. It must have worked, well, he had some success. Or people have figured out, that's what Ernie did. It's another answer, it's not what an answer of more than because I'm with you. I think Trent needs to have the ability to play somewhere in the A-League. Greg, come back over here. Next is on the old there you go.
So you're here on the locker room, folks. We're on the internet.
Greg Blake.
Get onto our Facebook site, the locker room on Facebook. We're here at Northcote City. The great man Peter Kotsiris, 35 years at Northcote City. Lives and breathes Northcote City. This is what grassroots football is all about in this country.
Well, it shows the priority and the passionate. He came as an under sevens.
Well, he was 70 playing under 11s back in those days.
So is that what saying? Passports might have been a bit dodgy.
From being another sevens.
Well, you hang on to 7, you shaking? Because boys I used to play against when I used to play in Victorian team, I'm not saying I didn't have hairs around me. Anyway, they were rebel men.
They were early maturers, Danny.
Well, be honest, like this was no joke. The European people, they actually developed, I believe, they are.
It's in the genes.
They're a lot stronger, not all, but the majority of them are a lot stronger than the board. So, the NPL, BPL, which direction this year, top 5 we're talking about, going on, he might be doing a couple extra laps. If not, we're going to roll, we've only got 30 minutes and 35 tonight, so if we don't, we'll get guys on the next show. Will it change? Okay, is it a playoff? Is what's the go? No one knows at the moment. Is it playoff, relegation, 2, 4?
What we've read, I think, across the NPL, which introduced the rules nationally, there is a playoff involving the state champions. So,
which means that.
And then I believe the winner of that plays the bottom place A-League team for a position in the A-League.
And if that is some go, it's Brazil. I think we're the only country that doesn't have relegation and promotion.
No, I agree with that. For me, that's not promotion for our national Because let's be honest about it. The best players in the country theoretically go there. Correct? So a bottom place A-League team should have no trouble beating into the BPL, SAPL.
They're still semi-pro. Exactly. Totally agree. Full-time training, half-time training.
What we need to do, we need to implement an actual system. Whether it's 8 teams, 10 teams, 12 teams, I don't know.
Some incentive for
there has to be an incentive.
Don't throw you guys, don't throw you now is really financially the A-League is struggling now. How would it go with the B team? You're still going to fly into state.
And remember, they get $2 million a year per Foxtel.
Is that being the new lights?
Yeah, the new lights.
Yep. And what is the budget of the players? Which they know of playing wages?
Well,
it's 3.2.
So we've got to find another point
$3
too.
million, and you know, you've got clubs like Sydney who've got 2 or 3 marquee players, you know, so someone like a Del Piero wouldn't be doing it for nothing at the moment.
Australia's good. But
It's so
he's
But you can talk again.
But the thing is,
How are we going to keep our best
why
talent?
would you say it? And this is where
I
it's
agree with
different. Now, we love the country, it's a great place. I left the country to build my career. Financially, rewarding, and obviously playing in this country. Playing against always the player I want to do.
That's where we're at the cross between two.
And the thing is, I finished for an injury. And to be honest with you, what money I did was a PFA, not to straight out.
Apparently, you're literally the insurance company shut down, still trying to pay you off.
Oh, here's my point, and this is true to be known. £15,000 is what I got when I finished through the injury. 15, that came from the PFA. Players come over. If Beckham finishes tomorrow for an injury, it gets worse, he'll get 15,000. I had 2.5 years to go on my contract in Northampton Town. 6 months notice, and away you go. And you got nowhere to go. So this is where I'm speaking to Brendan Swab at the moment and see if I can help the PFA here in any way to try and get a medical going, because it's hard. We say we want to bring the wages down, but it's a short career. I left my country. I left another world. If you can't come back with something to set you up, and listen, I can't retire. No disrespect, I'll play Mark Paducah. He can. He's made it to that level. My level was here. Could have gone to that, never know. Opportunities away. So you say they need to. It's funny on Google. I read it today. The bloke in Queensland saying that rugby and AFL players should be given tax bonus. They should bring their bonus because it's a short career.
I agree with that.
You know, it is a short career. And the thing is, when I was in England, I had blokes that I played with. They were for 15 years old and been in Sheffield United. When he came back, I said, what are you going to do with him? He played football all his life, finished at 35 because that's when you retire. And you get a pension, depending on how much you put away. When you go, when you notice injuries creep in. Like, if you want to see my viewers, how to get this back? 32,000 I spent 3 years ago in 1 year on medical. 32 grand. I had an implant in the neck. That was not for the brain. Okay, you smart earlings, listen, okay. The brain's silly, they're flaky, don't be cheeky. You're having a chuckle over there. Maybe chuckle over Mr. Blake at the moment. Well, I had a spinal stimulator put in there for the pain and suffering. And it failed. Out of pocket. So who pays for that? One. Doesn't come from overseas, doesn't come from USA. It is a short career.
Don't misunderstand me.
No, I know, I'm just thinking.
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
It's a blend. Because if you don't pay enough, they will go overseas.
What I meant was, there's going to be a justification to what it means, you know. So if the wages are significantly more than what the club is bringing in at income, there lies a problem. It's exactly right. Exactly right.
It's not like the EPL that's going to get massive TV rights on the bank.
Clubs are getting $2 million a year. You know what? I'll tell you what, I mentioned Melbourne Knights, South Melbourne, a lot of them, they say, give us that, we're internationally.
Any club,
you know.
Yeah, any club.
So,
has it changed though? Has it changed?
Oh, no doubt. Look, the A-League has been a success in terms of its marketability.
Fantastic.
In terms of
TV. It's great for the country.
Yeah, it's definitely got the exposure that nationally we have. Although I still believe that the best players that ever played in this country came out of national. I believe that, and I believe that the best club sides. We haven't seen the club side like the Golden Knights back to back. We haven't seen a club side in the A-League like South Melbourne back then. We haven't seen a club side like the Heidelberg 1980 team that had 8 Australian players.
Why?
I don't know, but if I knew that, I'd be freaking out.
If you're listening, I'd love some feedback here in the locker room. If you're listening to them little questions, why? We want some feedback. No doubt it'll roll into next week.
Get them on Facebook, and as we said, folks, it's the locker room. Minus Blakey, so we've got the
Blakey's here.
We've got the surrogate Blakey.
Has anyone got a
We're missing you, Blakey. We're missing that repartee. But we're here in the locker room at Northcote City Football Club, one of the great clubs of the Victorian Premier League. And we're here with Blakey on deck. We're here with Dougie. and the great man Peter Kotsiris. I'm Jay Fott. Thanks to our wonderful sponsors, of course, Brian Plastic Bags, Billy P.
Love your bag, Billy.
Billy P, that great man. Coba Cabana down there at Fitzroy. We'll be there in a few weeks to do another show.
They do plenty of dances, so get some Brazilian dances, get done with Coke, man.
Man, I've got to mention, Doug, you did mention this at the head of the show. Clubs, get on board. Northcote City have got on board. So have Sydney Olympic, so have Heidelberg United. We don't want just the Greek-backed clubs there. We want some Croatian, Italian, Macedonian, any club.
Everybody.
We've got, I believe,
It's the world
between a lot of us, I think we've got some people we can tap into. I can tap into a few overseas and here and everything. If you would like to see someone special on this show, Facebook, just give us a name and don't put Pele because I don't know him. Okay? Dougie Shirt, over Mars, yeah, played against him. Burkham, Dougie Shirt. Come on, son, get that in your pocket. As against
Tell us the story with
Dougie Shirt is one of the wife again, over Mars and Arsenal, two Arsenal boys, Dutch. That's where it came from. Wife used to look after Arsenal. Played against Burkham, won all at Highbury, 45, back to Sheffield United. Carl Bibb destroyed Tony Adams. In the back with the old Carl Bibb. Another great game. One of the best games I've seen Carl play. I've been destroyed.
Well, that way
England, Carl Bibb, and England.
From a team out of losses.
Yes, exactly. I've gone, same losses I think, so that's a question if I was in there. But the thing is,
Should be coming in, the boys are finished straight.
that's where this shirt came from. So the Dutch, they've won nothing. They've got a nice signed shirt anyway.
So tell me, did you put that shirt in your kit bag and get it to sign it up?
Only wife did. Wife went in, but Burkhams are at Arsenal's and bits and pieces.
I never said you had the breaks for that. That's where you got to have a heart.
That's where the other half.
That's right.
Always have a good heart. Behind every good man, there's always a good woman.
Dougie's a good man.
So remember, here in the locker room, it's been a great night, Pedro. Thank you very much for coming.
Absolute pleasure.
Tripod, I wish you all the best, mate, for 2013. For Northcote City.
Let's go away with the big chant from Northcote City.
I just found out what that is. Good night, viewers.